Alright, so somebody emailed me and wanted to know if they could use the mold maker stuff and then bake tiny little chocolates in there. And I said, I don't think so, but I had to try it. So I used my heat gun and I put my little chocolates in there. And these are the truffles, so watch the truffle video to see all that. But it is working like a charm. And I'm going to have to find that person and email them back and say, woohoo, thank you, because that was genius and it works perfectly and I just love it. It makes the best little chocolates and it makes it so much easier than popping them out one by one and having to deal with soft clay and then squishing them. So these are nice and hard, and I just, like I said, use a blow dryer or a heat gun of some sort and just heat them up and then let it cool down a little bit or else you'll burn your fingers. And the mold seems to be pretty good. It did crack, I see right here, it did crack a little bit, but for the amount of mold material you can get, you can make another one. It saves you so much time. So tip number 322. So we're going to make a couple of chocolates, and what I've done is I've got some mold making material, and you'll have to watch on how to make the mold on my other, it's another tutorial on how to make these. But you just you know, you mix your two different mold materials together, and then you have a squishy piece of like clay, and then you get something that you want to mold. And I use, for my truffles, I use the peppercorn from the kitchen, from the pepper, and you just squish it down and make all the different ones, and then you let the mold sit. For the other thing that I've done for the chocolates is I have a little leaf bead. It's in the shape of a leaf, and then I've pressed that in there, and then here's another bead. It has really good texture on it, and I don't know how close it'll let me get before getting fuzzy, but anyway, it has texture, and I put that in there. And here I have an eye pin. This is from jewelry making, and it has a teeny tiny little flower, and I thought that'd be the perfect size for chocolate, for a little flower chocolate. So I put that in there, and you can cut off the stem, or you can just close it up later. I did like I did. This is a necklace clasp, and it's just a little square, and I just stuck that in there. And then the last thing I did, this is a Wilton fondant tool, and it's really, really dirty because I use it for all kinds of craft stuff, and none of which is cake decorating. Anyway, one of the tips is it's like all zigzaggy, and I take it and I squish it in the clay, and then I pick it straight up and then push it in again, pick it up, turn it a little, squish it in, and that way you get the lines up and down. Then what I did was I filled this whole thing with clay, and I used my heat gun. You can also use a blow dryer, a hot blow dryer, and you just set it on something that, you know, not like a good table, but just some, like, I don't know, just don't burn your table when you're doing it, is all I'm saying. Just put it on somewhere, heat it up, and then you'll have things like this one came out. It looks like a little chocolate, and it has lots of good texture. And these are the other ones. This is the flower. Catherine, don't wiggle that, please. This is the flower right here. Let me see how close I can get this. And here is the leaf. Oopsie. And these are nice and hard.
Chocolate chip?
Well, they look like chocolate, don't they?
Chocolate.
I just can't get that close. It won't let me. Ay, it's so annoying. And then you take, after you have all your chocolates hardened like that, you can pop them out real easy. Let it cool down because it'll be hot. The mold will be hot and all. Pop them out. You can always make more. Catherine, talk nicely. And then you can cover them to make them shiny with clear fingernail polish or any kind of glaze. What's really nice about baked brown clay is that when you cut it, it'll actually look like, it'll get that white look on it, like as if you're cutting a chocolate candy bar. So this is perfect if, like if you're making shavings for a cake or something. Just absolutely perfect. And so that's just your basic chocolates. And now I'm going to show you how to do some of the fancy designs on top of them. So I'm going to show how to do the fancy things. And here is one little, has a little swirl on this truffle. And I would get closer, but it just gets all fuzzy. So I'm going to show you what to do. You just take a teeny tiny, I took a little piece of pink clay. Actually, I don't need this right now. I took a teeny tiny piece of pink clay and rolled it out. Yeah, I'd prefer you put daytime clothes on.
Okay.
Thank you. And you're gonna fold it over itself, and it's gonna be way too big. That's what you want.
Where do you want to hang?
So you have your little loop.
Where do you want to hang the
This almost
table?
looks like a pink loop to support breast cancer. Uh-oh.
Watch this.
Alright. Oh, dang it. Christ is inverted. You take this and you stick it, the little swirly, curvy part on there. And it's a real pain in the tushy. So you stick that on there and cut off the excess. And then you'll put a glaze or clear fingernail polish over the top of it to keep it to stay on there. And you can do that, of course, in all different colors and stuff. Now, for the little teeny tiny balls that you could put on there, I have a little lid that has an edge. Here's my truffle. And I'm going to use fingernail polish, clear fingernail polish as my glue. And I'm switching over from my Krylon triple thick glaze because a lot of you guys can't get it. So I'm using clear fingernail polish. Stick it. Oh, and this one stinks. Oh. Okay, well, they all stink. And so I went to the scrapbooking section and I have some little teeny tiny glass marbles. And they come in all different colors. I mean, there's mixed colors, there's plain, I have red and I have silver. So remember, these little balls will go all over the place. That's why I have it on a lid with an edge. And just take it and throw some, you know, sprinkle some on. And then of course you're going to want to save those. So after that dries you can take it off. But in the meantime you can see that it's all sprinkled and it's just fine. That's how you get sprinkles on. No big deal. Okay, so my sister has diabetes, so I got a syringe from her because, you know, that's what you do if you have diabetes, you do crafts. So I filled it with some paint, which was a pain in the booty, but I got it in there, and now I'm decorating with a syringe. So, you know, if you have diabetes, just always look on the bright side. Okay. She didn't think that was so funny. She thought I was insane. That's okay. She didn't have a choice to be related to me.
Mom.
What?
I'm really sticky.
There you go. There's your red little dots all over these little
Mom,
suckers. And
my hands need washed.
oh man.
You can do it.
What?
You can do it.
Do what? I'm not a cat. I'm not gonna lick your hands clean.
I should do it.